foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense for the Titans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off play action, Fields. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Titan football. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A check down here for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man is McMath. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now a handoff to Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Tennessee.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Back to throw now on first down. He dumps it off for Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Fairbairn able to put this one through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Play action. It's Fields.
Out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he rifles one incomplete.
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a throw here to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw is Fields. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Bears! A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 34. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And caught by Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. They go play action here on pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. On play action. They'll throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. The Titans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down again. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it up.
He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. One play action. Fields sliding out of the pocket. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Again to Henry. And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made at the 26-yard line. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the end. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's 2nd and 10. Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Fields.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Fields throwing again.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Sanders is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
2nd and 7.
Back to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 35. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
2nd and 1.
A check down here for Henry.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And now we'll hook up downfield on second down. And it's a Titans touchdown. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now it's Fields.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
In trouble, and he's taken down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Well, they brought the lead into this third quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibited in the first half.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Back to throw, Fields.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 28, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Throwing after the interception. Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's good. We're on Bears. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
29 is Mike 29. You must be getting
On first down, Fields eluding the pressure right. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Again, Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Forced out to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
29 is Mike 29. Hey. 29 is Mike. You want this. 29 is
Out of the gun, Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sanders now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And now off to the races, down the right side, past the 20. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Short throw pick-6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick-6 as we now have a brand-new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter, getting down to the good stuff. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Henry again on second down.
So they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters,